Hey class, my name is Billy Fifield, and today we'll be discussing compensation and benefits for the company Mailscripts. So Mailscripts is a company that's primary business is in mail order prescriptions, and figuring out the right compensation packages and the right benefits are a crucial part in human resources. These packages can make or break recruiting the right people if they do not align with the market. Compensation includes things like wages, salaries, and bonuses. And it also includes things like healthcare, retirement plans, paid time off, and so many other different types of benefits. These different concepts can be broken down into what is called direct and indirect financial compensation, which each category being equally important. So first, let's look at direct financial compensation. So, according to Joseph Martocchio in our book Human Resources Management, direct compensation is a pay that a person receives in the form of wages, salary, commissions, and bonuses. One of the facts that can determine how much salary or bonuses are given to an employee can be through experience. If an employee has years of experience or years with a company, their wages may be significantly higher than someone just starting out. Another factor is location. If a job is in a city with a high cost of living or in an area that no one wants to go to, the pay can be significantly higher as well. So if someone takes a job in New York City and another takes a job in Omaha, Nebraska, of course the job in New York City is going to have significantly more a higher pay just because the cost of living in New York City is so much more. Likewise, let's say upstate New York, where the weather can be bad in the winter, it can be not a ideal situation for, let's say, a doctor. So their pay scale may be higher than a pay scale, say, here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, let's say. Um, and then another compensation factor is the market. So if a company has very low salaries for the same position compared to other companies, they'll lose recruits. And on the other hand, if they pay the employees too much, the company will actually hurt itself because it'll be losing out on money that it's shelling out for that may be a little bit too much for the employees that they have. And lastly, another example is signing bonuses. So let's take a look at a potential uh, compensation plan that Mailscripts will have. So these are examples of positions within Mailscripts. So first, let's start out at an entry-level position, like in the mailroom, like the packaging and shipping. These are the employees that would package the prescriptions, produce shipping labels, and ship them to their customers. So this would start at about $30,000 a year. Another company, for example, would be an IT specialist. These are employees that would help the company, whether it's phone related, computer related, or anything that's IT needed. And they would start at about 55,000 to 80,000 a year, depending on the experience. Like I said, a senior position would be closer to the $70,000 to $80,000 mark, where someone with no experience starting out would be at around 55,000. A different position would be sales. Now, sales can be very important because they actually will get business to Mailscripts. So their structure will be a little bit different. So they'll have a lower salary, even though that they might be, some say, more crucial because they're bringing in the business. But they also have a 3% commission that will help any sale that they bring in. And as you see, this is one of the positions that would have a signing bonus, for an example. And the next one is, if not the most crucial position, and that is a pharmacist. They're going to start out at a higher rate at 125,000 to 150,000, and of course they would have a signing bonus as well, just because they are so crucial to the Mailscripts. Another example would be a human resource specialist. They'd be at 55,000, and web developer would be slightly higher at 63,000. The web page would be very important to Mailscripts because a lot of business for the company would come from the internet. So next, let's look at the next category, which is indirect financial compensation. So indirect financial compensation, according to study.com, is often referred to as a non-cash benefit. In certain circumstances, these non-cash benefits may be more valuable to an employee than a high salary or wage. So basically, indirect is anything that's not a direct compensation. So there are two different types of indirect compensation. The first is legally required benefits. This would be a healthcare, Social Security, FMLA, workers' comp, and unemployment. And the next type is discretionary benefits. So these are benefits that may be unique to Mailscripts that can actually set the edge for recruits coming in. Examples of these would be PTO, life insurance, retirement, and awards that could possibly come up. So when we look at Mailscripts and the benefits that would be offered, of course the legally required benefits would be provided, and healthcare would be very good for the employees since Mailscripts would already have business with different health insurance companies. They'd be able to provide a very good healthcare plan to their employees. So some other benefits would be a good amount of paid time off. I believe paid time off is really promotes health to employees. They get to spend time with their family. It's emotional health, as well as being rested and staying focused, because staying focused in the prescription business where medication is involved is very important. Next would be life insurance, a retirement plan that involves a 401k match up to 6%, and also gym memberships. Now, gym memberships would be free to the employees and to promote health as well, since this business is in the healthcare industry. For employees that use their memberships three times or more a week, they'd get an incentive every 2 weeks on their bi-weekly paycheck of $50 if they've used their membership 3 times a week during those 2 weeks. So in the video as well, in Unit 4, the compensation and benefits video, it states goals of compensation plans are to attract and retain high-quality talent, and employees are happier and more productive. So I believe with these benefits at the root of the company, this will not only attract new recruits, but also retain the ones that are in the company already. So going forward, let's look at who all is affected. So of course, basically the whole company is affected by compensation. Now, HR is the primary role in creating these packages, but this will have effect on all the employees, including executives all the way down to the entry-level mailing and shipping department. So to keep an advantage and to keep the benefit packages at a premium, one of the ways to do this is to compare with the market. So like I said before, you don't want to offer too high salaries or too low, because either way can actually hurt the company pretty bad. And when there are changes within the company, it's really important to adapt with those changes. So if one position goes up, it's important to maybe bump up the salary of that position to retain the recruits as well as new recruits that's coming in as well. It's also important to discuss with management and leadership. So some positions are more crucial to the company than others, and some employees have more experience. So really these compensation packages, primarily salary and wages, can come up to management and leadership as well, as they can discuss with human resources on who gets what promotion, who gets a higher salary, who maybe gets the entry level salary, why someone else gets maybe a little bit higher due to experience or productivity, these types of things. And so yeah, really as a whole, compensation and benefits is really important to the company in both direct with wages and salaries, and indirect as well. Some even see indirect as even more important. These are the little things that show that the company really cares about the employees. If they offer PTO, if they offer a 6% match with with retirement, if they offer like gym memberships, those things can set recruits over the top, whether they go to one company or another. So yeah, thank you for viewing my presentation. And lastly, let's look at the references. And have a good day.